Hi everybody, Josh here, Advice and Consulting Services Manager. Just want to give you all a quick update on what's happening in the Services Department. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Advice Department. So what we've seen recently is a increase in client demand. So we're actually hitting over 1,000 call days recently, which is quite astonishing that many clients are engaging with the service on a daily basis. What's really exciting about that, however, is that our service delivery on those days is better than ever. So we've hit a record in terms of client calls, but also a record in terms of low abandons and low callbacks, which means more clients are calling through, but more clients are getting better quality service, which is fantastic to see. In consultancy, we're focusing on documents on the day. So what that means is when a consultant goes out to see a client or calls a client from the office, that we're ensuring that they get the final product, i.e. all their documentation finalised on that day. The client gets to collaborate with the consultant, they get to see a tangible result much quicker, and overall it's a better client experience. What we're seeing is a consistent increase in that delivery, which is really exciting to see. It means more and more clients every week are getting a high quality version of the product in a much quicker time frame than we have seen in the past, which is fantastic. So what do these two things mean? In essence, it means that we're delivering a better service to clients, but it also gives us time, and me time in particular, to focus on continuing to make improvements in the services department. Some of the things that we're looking at currently is the expansion to the state offices, which has gone extremely well. We've got our state managers, all of our advisors and graduates now live across the country. What I would encourage you guys as BDMs to do is to make contact with the state office managers and build that relationship. So we've got Stephen Roebuck up in Queensland, we've got Andrew Spiteri here in New South Wales, we've got Stu Chan in Victoria, and we've got Tanya Radford in Perth. I think it's really important that you make contact with those guys and get to know what's happening in those offices and get to know the people that are working alongside the sales team from a services point of view. The second thing that we're working on quite excitedly, I know Steve has mentioned this before, is a documents portal. I haven't got a great deal of information to talk about that at this stage, but the project is well and truly underway, and what we're doing is we're looking to revolutionise the way that clients access information and really move into the 21st century on that and just blow everybody out of the water. So some exciting things to come in that space, but we're really trying to increase the pace, the speed and the ease of access for clients to get their hands on their most important documentation, their contracts, their policies, procedures, and even some of their disciplinary documentation and other advice notes from time to time as well. Next thing I want to talk about is sales support. It's a really successful channel for everybody out in the field, and we recognise that. What we want to continue to do is drive that activity and get more BDMs contacting both in meetings and outside of meetings, as we know that it's a really successful way to help showcase the quality of service that we provide and which converts into deals. So watch this space, we'll be doing more in that area very soon. Last thing I want to quickly touch on is Employsure law. Watch this space, there's going to be a lot of announcements and movements happening there very soon. The really important thing in terms of Employsure law is that it allows us to bring things in-house. It allows us to take things from start to finish with the client and ensure that we own the matter, we look after them, and we understand their business in a way that nobody else can. And I think that's really key and something that we do that nobody else will do in the market, which really differentiates us along with our compliance process, our 24/7 advice and our insurance. It really completes the package. So watch your space and look out for Laura Willis with more updates on that soon. Thanks so much guys, have a great conference.
Hi everyone, for those who don't know me, my name is Mel Shaw. I'm a team leader in our Learning and Development department. I'm here today to give you a bit of an update from a technical perspective on what's going on in employment relations and health and safety. Number one update today, as you will all be aware, the minimum wage has recently increased by 3.5%. This raises the adult minimum wage to $18.93 per hour, and modern award rates of pay will also increase by 3.5% from the first full pay period on or after 1 July. This means back in head office we are doing a lot of work to update the pay schedules. We have 121 different pay schedule documents that go to our clients, and the advice team and the learning and development team are currently working together to make sure that our clients have updated rates of pay that they can rely on as soon as possible. We should see some movement in that before the 1st of July, so clients will be able to access those through our portal and we'll get updates when the new documents have been updated. In terms of some other key changes that are kicking into effect from the 1st of July to be aware of, There are some significant penalty rate reductions in a few key industries. Fast food, hospitality, pharmacy and retail industries all see penalty rate reductions coming into effect from the 1st of July. What does this mean for your potential clients? They can potentially save money from 1 July, provided that the right conditions are in place. We would need to look at their existing framework of employment relations before we could advise them on whether or not they could kick that reduction in. At the end of the day, those reductions will save small businesses a lot of money. So it's really good sales pitch for you as you meet with businesses in these industries to see whether we can in fact pass on that reduction and reduce their weekly wages bill. There are also some changes coming into effect with Victorian long service leave legislation. They're due to come in place later in the year, and we'll update you about those as they get closer. Another important one for employers to be aware of. The final big change from 1 July, Norfolk Island is now joining the modern awards system. This has historically been removed and it will now be fully operational from the 1st of July. Norfolk Island will be covered. We have seen some great trips out there from the sales team to bring on board small businesses on the island as they transition, and there will continue to be opportunities in that space. The final point I want to talk through is just a recent case at the moment that is garnering a lot of attention. You all would likely have heard about this. One of the big food delivery companies, Foodora, has actually been prosecuted by the Fair Work Ombudsman for sham contracting. The Fair Work Ombudsman are claiming $1,600 in underpayments against Foodora and alleging a breach of the sham contracting provisions of the Fair Work Act. $1,600 is not a big amount, but this is effectively a test case for the whole gig economy, really telling us whether these contractors are being engaged lawfully or not. Foodora was a client of Employsure, so they did come on board and we did review their business. They had 700 delivery drivers and they had received top-tier law firm advice to say that those contractors were genuine. This case will really test that legal advice they had received. It will be really interesting to see what the impact or what the decision in that is, because that potentially will have a big impact on a lot of clients who operate in this space, and it will give us some further guidance as to the sham contracting provisions under the Act. So that is another interesting one that you can use as a sales hook when you are meeting with businesses. Remember to always be talking about their contractors and whether there is a risk that they are sham contracting. Definitely a good one to point out that they need to get someone to review that and make sure the relationship meets the criteria. That's all the updates from me today, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your conference and always reach out to your team leaders or managers if there is any way that we can support you in selling our great service. Thank you.
Okay, welcome everybody. Stephen Hoyle here again, just giving you a very exciting announcement. I'm here with Tass Angelopoulos, who is our newly appointed Head of Legal Services. We're just going to do a very quick video today to introduce a change to our service, a change for the better, a change that will help us in the future again. So I'll actually hand over to you, Tass, for that. I'll let you do the big announcement if you want to just tell the BDM CRMs what's happening.
Thanks, Steve. Look, as Steve said, an exciting announcement. What you've probably heard around the place is that Employsure law is coming, and it is literally just around the corner. So we are launching on the 10th of July. We go live on that date. That's the date when Employsure law starts. Now, what does it mean for Employsure and its clients? Importantly, what it means is that now where the client services team before handled claims, that will be dealt with by Employsure law. Importantly, what it will mean is now Employsure law will be able to deal with client matters from end to end, meaning that no longer will a client have to start with Employsure claims and then, if the matter cannot be settled, go to Spark Halmore or to another lawyer. Employsure law will take the matter from the beginning and finish the matter with it to the very end. It will allow you to focus on your business. It will allow you to actually have one point of contact. You won't ever have to go back to dealing with another lawyer, having to tell the story again. Your lawyer will know your matter from beginning to end.
Good stuff. So, in summary, I suppose, we're no longer working with Spark Halmore, is what we're saying. We're bringing in that representation.
We are.
Fully internally now?
So, look, Spark Halmore will have a very minimal role in the future, we see, but most, if not all of it, will be with Employsure law. So there may be the very odd occasion that Spark Halmore may have a role, but it will be less and less, and for the most part, you would just be dealing with the Employsure law team. You know most of them. They're the claims team that are already here, and also, of course, we're expanding, and there are new people actually even joining us very shortly.
Good stuff. So again, no change really. Claims team are just now actually a law firm.
Yes.
Have come under a law firm, which is great. It allows us to have a central point of contact from start to finish, because previously there'd be a handover.
Yes.
So there would be something there. And the other key benefit you mentioned in there was this, the full end-to-end service now, that one-stop shop, if you like, one point of contact. It means that from inception through to conclusion, we can take on the matters, not just up until, say, conciliation, and then after escalated on.
That's right, and this is where our expanded service comes in. So in the future, what we'll be doing is we'll be taking the matter to the very end. It won't, of course, happen immediately, because as new matters come in, hopefully we'll be able to try and resolve them at the conciliation. That will benefit the clients. But in the future, if for any reason it can't, the client the member of the Employsure law team that handed your matter at conciliation will continue with the matter through to the full hearing and arbitration of the matter.
Yeah. And it's pretty exciting, I have to say. It's been a long time coming. It's been in the pipeline for the business for a while, and I think one of the benefits you talked about there is what we're trying to do is enhance the client experience. And you mentioned allowing the clients to focus on their business as well by, again, it's just better client experience, so they're not having to go, like if they didn't have our service, they might have to go to an association for advice, then a lawyer for representation, contact their own insurance broker to invoke their insurance. Instead, it's all now done through ourselves, and just a bit more seamless, so an overall better client experience.
Oh, absolutely. A client won't have to chop and change. One of the key issues that we've been told by clients is when we couldn't take the matter beyond conciliation, they said, well, why do I have to go to speak to another law firm? Why do I have to tell my story again? You know the facts. You know what's happening. They won't have to do that any longer. We know the facts. We can keep running with the matter. Clients can focus on running their business and doing what they do best.
Fantastic. So just for everybody out there, just to make it nice and simple here, it's exactly what Tass is there saying. It means that by having a law firm in-house, we're able to take the matters completely past conciliation up until conclusion. That's a long-term goal behind it. We needed a law firm to do that. Just to clarify a few points, what it means for everybody. Ultimately, it does mean that Spark Elmore will no longer be forming part of our service model, if you like. We'll be phasing out that relationship in very amicable terms as well, I have to say there. So again, the marketing material is all going to be updated here to replace Spark Elmore with Employsure law. In many regards, it is actually at this stage very simple, business as usual. There is no real change other than it just means that we're able to take matters a little bit further and handle them further, delivering a greater client experience. As Tass is saying, a lot of clients actually ask for that information, have been asking for it now, so it's a very exciting move for us. And the other benefits for yourselves is it makes the sell a lot easier, because it's us that's carrying it all the way. If you think of what we say about our sales process, we're an end-to-end workplace relations specialist. We provide you the documentation for the legal flow, we offer you advice, and a part of that advice means that there's a coverage behind it. As long as you follow our advice, we can provide you that representation, and if we do lose, the insurance is covering it out. So again, it's just a small change that is for the better, and there are longer term benefits which I'll cover off in a moment. Also, just to clarify a couple of other points, and Tass, jump in here if I get anything incorrect. The service is not unlimited. The insurance policies still apply, so that is $2 million coverage a year with that. So again, just make sure we're setting correct expectations, not saying it's unlimited coverage, and also be sure in what we're saying, whilst we have a law firm, we're specialising in employment law here. We don't all of a sudden start going into different areas of law, and don't be telling clients, oh yeah, we have a law firm, they'll cover all these areas to pick up all your legal work. It's not what we do. We pick up workplace relations, employment law specifically in here. So you've got to be really clear in that to ensure that you're not selling it as we're expanding our services. It's not that, not at this stage anyway. The Indeal's claim process exactly the same.
Look, the Indeal claims process is the same. There's just going to be one minor change. You still have to call us on our number to actually confirm it. The only other change that will happen is that clients will now not just have to sign the Employsure contract, but will have to sign a contract with Employsure law as well, because that's part of the regulatory requirement of law firms. So they will also have to sign that contract which says that they agree to these fees, and that covers us off as well. And just to clarify one thing that Steve said about, practice, when we talk about expanding our scope of service, it's expanding our scope of service into other areas of employment law. That's the immediate future. Somewhere further down the track, it may go beyond that, but certainly it's not in the immediate horizon.
Yeah. And I think that's the exciting part for this. I've spoken in previous videos about the channel management, about lead management. What we're trying to do consistently is look at new avenues to generate leads for us which are warmer. Now, as an example, for the law firm, not even expanding into a different area, but this provides us an opportunity where we can now go onto panels of other underwriters, where we take on their clients that have a claim against them. We can provide the service much more quicker, much more efficient than any law firm can, because that's what we do brilliantly. And with that, it's then generating new leads for us. So there's an example of how this is pretty exciting for us going forward, as well as potentially expanding into other areas and other markets, if you like. And the final key message from myself is, again, it's making sure we're setting the correct expectations. Everything we do have to be aligned to our values. And there's no point in going out there and overselling to under-promise. What we want to do is role reverse that under-promise to over-deliver. So again, for clarification, we are not a law firm that covers multiple areas. We are specialising in employment law, which is the hub of our service, as everybody knows. The second part to it is the clients do have to follow our advice. They have to seek our advice and follow our advice. And if they do that, we can provide them the representation. If they don't do that, there is chargeable fees behind that because they're not insured, and that's where we claim our fees from. So it's an exciting move, one that I'm really looking forward to seeing happening. It's been a long time coming. Tass has been brought on board specifically to get this over the line and get this going. So the 10th of July is the key date. You'll hear a lot more before then about it. You'll get some information sent out, and included in here will be an FAQ. But if you do have any questions, contact myself, Chris, or Tass directly, and we're more than happy to help you. But thank you for listening. I'm sure everyone's excited to hear about it. I'm sure you'll have lots of questions in the room, so enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thanks, Stephen. I hope to meet all of you at some point over the next period of time.
No worries, Tass. Like the beard as well. It's looking good. Looking good. Thank you.
Okay.
Morning, everyone. I'm here to report on our outbound climb so far. This quarter has been all about adaptability, change for the outbound team. As we have sent 2 Sherpas up to Brisbane in Ross Forsyth and Adrian Earp. Both have led the team fantastically. A lot of new starters coming on board, but they are hitting stride at this point, and I'm very excited to watch that team in Q2. We also sent 2 other Sherpas to our Melbourne office. Perry Jagden and Ibrahim Majidi have combined their mountaineering knowledge to lead a group of new BSCs, as well as some former BSCs coming from the Sydney office, to new heights. They're hitting their stride, likewise like Brisbane, and really excited to watch that team turn into bonus hitters, turn into new Sherpas. Who knows what they'll actually be, but they're very, very motivated. I was there this week. Last team there is Team Perth. Now, Team Perth is actually under new management of one of our fastest climbers, and that's Chris Ralph. Chris, with his military background and disciplined approach, has taken some of our top mountaineers and BSCs to new heights. We've got bonus hitters, we've got people performing at a level they haven't performed at in Perth. They won Team of the Month for May, and it's a very exciting team to watch. So watch WA, they're always making sure they leave their point. Lastly, Sydney's no slouch. Sydney's had a new Sherpa come on board, which is Todd Staines. He's taken on the team. He is a very, very successful BSC, come in and put much of his knowledge into the team. All Sydney teams have really come together. We've changed a few times, but adaptability has been on display. It's been fantastic to see team leaders and BSCs adapt without too much issue. And there's lots of bonus hitters this quarter, so watch this space. I'll throw it to Inbound to see how they're doing.
Thanks, Dave. Morning, everyone. Quick update from the Inbound climb. It's been a steady, consistent climb throughout the quarter. For the first time ever, we've got Inbound BSCs working 24/7. We've had out of hours. We've had the guys and girls taking laptops home over the weekend, really trying to maximise every lead, every minute of this quarter and this climb. In terms of where we're at, we've got about a week left. We're really looking to increase the pace in these last 7 business days. hopefully when you're watching this, we've had a great result. I'm very confident we will have. I took some time off the mountain over the quarter. Pablo Puyo stepped in, and he's led the team tremendously well as we've kind of working our way towards Base Camp 1. In terms of performance, our pace setter has been Johnny Trin. So Johnny missed bonus last quarter and the quarter before that, and he's been very determined. As I speak now, he's very close to breaking Will Mulvey's record for 100 deals in a quarter. So if you're watching Will, well, I wonder if he hit it. Hopefully he has, I'm sure he will. Last thing from me on inbound, I've been working very closely with the transformation team. So Jamie and the transformation team have done a lot of work for us. I won't reveal too much now, but obviously there's going to be a lot of important and special things happening in Q2 that's going to help us reach Base Camp 2 quicker, more efficient, and better than we ever have. So it's very exciting. And then just kind of wrap it up, listening to what Dave said and how inbound's looking, it's just very exciting. We've got teams all over the country. We're all on our little different trails, but we're looking forward to meeting up at Base Camp 1 and preparing all again to do it, to go to Base Camp 2.
Good afternoon everybody and welcome to Camp 1. What a quarter it's been. I'm sure there's a few sore bodies from all of the efforts by everybody involved, so congratulations to all. Just to mirror what Adrian has been saying, we have seen significant growth in the Brisbane office since our launch date in April. We have grown by over 70%, which is testament to, I guess, the talent here and what everyone from recruitment to L&D has been doing as well with the teams. To report a bit on Team David Reed, we started April at 1.9 during the transition phase and were able to bounce back to finish the Q1 on 2.2, just shy of the 2.3, which has been a big challenge for us. There have been some notable top performers, people paving the way, really sort of lifting heavy across the team. Those have been Con, Forkiotis, Jay Siren, Jamin Piper, to name a few. So they've really hit the ground running, which is fantastic to see and have been crucial to the culture that we're creating up here in Brisbane. Second to that, I guess last thing I wanted to mention is that what's been fantastic to see is the amount of non-premier deals that have been resulting of our activity, which again shows that what we're doing is going very well. It's about learning what we can do better moving into Q2 to hopefully achieve green across every single month and finish the quarter in the position where we need to be. Thank you everybody, all the best.
Hey guys, it's Brad from Team Perth.
And it is Chris Ralph from Team Perth.
We just wanted to say that we had a really good Q1 as far as bonus hitters. So from my team alone, we got James Bose, who hit 550k value for Q1. Josh Marnie, who also hit bonus for 535k. Looking forward to Q2.
For my team, over here we had Joseph Wakeland, Jojo, hitting his new starter bonus, which is fantastic to see. Christine and Hayley Reid both hitting stretch. So the girls holding it down, showing the guys really how it's done. And we've had a fantastic quarter, really working together as a team. We wouldn't have been able to achieve it, honestly, without the BDMs that we've got over here in WA and also without the support of Brad's team. So really from that there, guys, we're just looking forward to seeing you at Camp 2.
Hi guys, Sydney Teals here, Todd, Vin and Tim. Had a great quarter, Q1, hit stretch, 4 bonus hitters. Really looking forward to working with Team Lucas for the rest of the year, Q2. Vin.
Thanks Todd. Guys, we had a great Q1. It's kind of a roller coaster. We had new starters, we had a few changes. But at the end of the day, we are BSC, so we're strong. We made it happen. We had 5 BSCs hit a quarter with their bonuses this quarter. You know what? We're looking forward to Q2. We're going to smash it. Over to you, Tim.
It was good to be a part of the team. We didn't have any bonus hitters in the last quarter, but a lot of people got very close and are very hungry to hit this one. So looking forward to Q2.
Good afternoon, team. Here with Ibrahim and Perry in the Melbourne office. Just wanted to give you a quick update on how Q1 has been going for us over here in Melbourne. We started base camp on 1st of April. with some great BSCs and great teams, some great pace setters. What we've done now, we're here in June, Camp 1, ultimately as a team, collectively, we've managed to get out just roughly about 590 deals, just over $13.7 million in revenue, and 3,000 SAT appointments, which works out to be 2.4 SAT per BDM. It's really pleasing to see that we're maintaining that 2.3 and the deals are starting to come through. Perry?
Thanks, Ibrahim. It's Perry here, recording this from the remarkable ski area in Queenstown, New Zealand. Just from my behalf of the BSC, so thank you for all your support that you've given Ibrahim and myself. Congratulations to the bonus hitters, which we had a total of 7, which is a remarkable effort. No pun intended there. But to the BDMs, you've been amazing. Thank you for your support and guidance that you've given to each and every single one of us. But to all the other states, I wish you all the best. But Team Victoria, let's climb to that summit and let's smash out Q2. All right, see ya.